occasion of Arangetram of her daughter, Nitya, in which Nitya and Preeti will be performing. This is the day that we all have been waiting for ever since Nitya started learning dance at a tender age of 7. She has shown a lot of dedication and sincerity in achieving this exceptional goal of ascending the stage through her journey as a Bharatanatyam dancer. She would not have made this to this point without the help of her guru, Asha Gopal, who recognized and polished her talent and guided her through this rewarding journey. As we gather here today, we are very grateful for your love and gratitude, goodwill, prayers and support, friendship and guidance, as that is what which will help Nitya achieve the significant milestone. Once again, we are honored to welcome you all to this evening. So please sit back, relax and enjoy her performance. Let us begin this evening with an invocatory piece by our esteemed musicians, following which Srimati Meera Gopalan and Kumari Divya Mohanraj will take the stage as the MCs for this event. Thank you.
What a blissful start to the evening, and a big thank you to our esteemed artists. It's my privilege to serve as the MC today, and I still remember the first time I met Nitya at the dance class and a pretty mesmerizing smile.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nitya. I am a senior at Basis Chandler and a student of Kalashi Asha Gopal, as well as an assistant teacher at Aarti School of Dance.
Today, Nitya's decade of intense training is finally coming together to give you this amazing performance. Before we begin, we would like to go over a few house rules with you. Please silence or turn off your phones. Please remain seated throughout the event. If you need to leave the theater, please do so between pieces and kindly use the exits located at the back. And please no flash photography, photos or videos. We have a photographer taking care of this with you, and thank you for your cooperation. Bharatanatyam is one of the most ancient Indian classical dance forms. Developed and nurtured in the temples of South India, it's a deeply spiritual and steeped in the religion, philosophy, and traditions of India. Yet, as a living art form, it continues to grow and evolve within the rich but well-defined parameters of technique that governs it. Linear geometric patterns, perfect alignment of body, eloquent expressions, and precision of footwork to intricate rhythms are the hallmarks of this dance. We can pull apart the word Bharatanatyam itself to pick out elements that hint to its meaning. The first part is a combination of three parts: Bha, Bhava, expression, Ra, Raga, music, and Ta, Tala, rhythm. The second part, Natya, comes from two parts as well. These include Nritta, which means rhythmic footwork, and Nritya, depicting a story through facial expressions and body movements, and Natya is a combination of Nritta and Nritya to tell a story.
Now, what is an Arangetram? Aranga means stage, and Yatram means to ascend. An Arangetram is a dancer's big debut performance after many years of rigorous training in this classical dance form. The traditional path of the Bharatanatyam repertoire starts with a Pushpanjali. Pushpam means flower and Anjali means to offer. Pushpanjali is an invocation piece done by the dancer at the beginning of her performance. Nitya will offer flowers to Lord Nataraja, the Lord of Dance, and seek the blessings from her guru, accompanying artists, and the respected audience. Pushpanjali will lead to a prayer for Lord Ganesha, the Lord of removing obstacles. This will be followed by Gaye Ganapati in Ragam Hamsatwani set to Adi Talam. So what's this Ragam and Talam? If you're familiar with Western music, you can think of talam as the key signature of the piece. It describes the repeating pattern of beats, and which beats get which amount of stress. You can think of ragam as a richer form of the major-minor scale dichotomy. Ragam describes the order of whole steps and half steps that makes the scale for the musicians. However, instead of just two combinations of whole steps and half steps, Carnatic music has 72 parent ragas, which are combined to form about 36,000 ragas total. Here is Nitya performing Pushpanjali for the song Gaye Ganapati.
Gonna
Wow, wasn't that a lovely start? What a beautiful performance by Nitya. Before we move on, here's a couple of words about our star performer, Nitya. Nitya, an ardent disciple of Kalashi Asha Gopal, has been learning dance for the past 9 years and has performed in various dance events in both Tucson and Phoenix. She is a 16-year-old junior at Basis Tucson North. In school, Nitya is currently leading a mock trial team and has actively participated in it for the past 3 years. Not only that, but she is also an active participant in her Model United Nations team in school, and she's attended many conferences and won many awards. Nitya is also a part of her school's ambassador team, which helps the international students that come to school. Nitya has participated in the Southern Arizona Regional Science and Engineering Fair, Arizona Science and Engineering Fair, and Broadcom Masters, where she's won several awards throughout the years. She's also been serving on the Dusenberry Library Teen Advisory Board since 2015 and has volunteered in the IT department of the VA hospital. Aside from dance, Nitya enjoys drawing and sketching, reading, listening to music, and spending time with her friends and family. Nitya requests that in lieu of gifts today, donations may be made to She's the First, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping girls everywhere gain better access to education systems. This is a very important cause to Nitya because she's passionate about women's rights. She believes that every woman should have a right to a good education and the chance to make a difference in this world.
The next performance will be an Alaripu. Alaripu is considered to be a warm-up piece for the dancers. Alaripu is based on rhythm alone and brings out the special charm of pure dance. Rhythm has a rare capacity to invoke concentration, and Alaripu is most valuable in freeing the dancer from distraction and making her single-minded. Nitya will demonstrate an absolute harmony of movements between her head, hands, and feet. Today's Alaripu is in Chaturshadalam.
the evening is called a Jatiswaram. Jatiswaram is an example of pure trance or nritya sequence in which the performer weaves several patterns on a basic musical composition. Unlike Alarippu, where the dance is performed to mnemonic syllables, in Jatiswaram another element of the melody is introduced. Jatiswaram is devoid of any emotions or abhinaya. It is a pure dance combining the swarams or repetitive musical notes set to jatis or rhythmic beats. The dance deals with the execution of adavas or basic steps and mudras or hand gestures combined in definitive groups. Jatiswaram then becomes a dance where a dancer presents as much of pure dance as she can with a wide range of improvisation both in terms of adava sequences as well as rhythmic patterns. Nitya will be performing a Jatiswaram in Ragam Nalinakanti set in Aditalam.
Kari
stunning performance. While we are all looking at Nitya dancing on stage, there is one important person in her life who has worked with Nitya through this entire journey. No one reaches this level of excellence without a mentor. We would like to introduce Nitya's guru, Kalashri Asha Gopal, fondly known to many as Asha. The founder and director of Aarti School of Dance, Kalashri Asha Gopal had her dance training under eminent teachers, Guru Muttaya Pillai, Guru Kittappa Pillai, and Professor U.S. Krishna Rao. She has represented the governments of India and Karnataka as cultural ambassador, giving performance in India, Canada, Europe, Mexico, and the U.S. Kalashri Asha Gopal is in the Guinness Book of World Records for staging the most number of Arangetrams. She is a recipient of many coveted awards, Singaramani NRI Excellence Award in London, Karnataka Kalashri Award, and Citizen of the Year Award from the Asian American Association of Arizona. Aarti School of Dance was established in 1981 and has pressed on to milestones of graduating the 100th student in its 25th year and the 200th student in its 35th year. This is a truly remarkable achievement and deserves another round of applause. Another key element in today's program is the live orchestra. We are truly lucky to have so many talented musicians in the ensemble who have entertained us with their blissful music. For vocals, we have Srimati Deepti Srinath. Srimati Deepti Srinath, a classical singer, hails from a musical family. Her mother, Kalashri Vidushi P. Rama, is a well-known Carnatic classical vocalist. Srimati Srinath had her initial training under Vidushi P. Indra and Mother P. Rama, further training under Professor Nagamani Srinath, and currently in advanced training under Vidushi Srimati Neela Ramagopal. She is a B high-graded artist of All India Radio and also performs regularly for television shows and prestigious venues in India, the UK, and the US. She's also popular in light music and light classical music. In addition to providing live orchestra vocals for Bharatanatyam classical dancers, she has composed music for dance ballets and has many audio CDs to her credit. Deepti performs regularly with her mother Vidushi P. Rama and conducts music classes at Sambrama School of Music at Bangalore. She is deeply involved with Sambrama International Dance and Music Festival at Bangalore. On the Mirdangam, we have the Janardana Rao. Janardana Rao started his Mirdangam training under his grandfather, Hari Krishna Patrini, at the age of 7. Later, he came to Bangalore for further training with Guru Vidwan M. Srinivasa Rao and Vidwan M. Vasudeva Rao. He started touring abroad at the age of 16 and has traveled all over the world. He also accompanies all the leading dancers in India and abroad. He has many dance recordings and classical recordings to his credit. He is a graded artist for All India Radio and Doordarshan Bangalore. Natya Taranga organization has conferred Rashtriya Kala Poshak Sanman for his contribution to the art and dance, or music and dance field, and Kalashri Award for the organization Kalamshan. On the flute, we have R. Raghunandan. Raghunandan began his training in flute playing classical Carnatic music at the tender age of 7. He has accompanied leading artists in concert and is a popular TV artist. He has been invited to perform at mega events like Mysore Dasara Utsav, Hampi Utsav, Kadamba Utsav, Karavali Utsav, and Sugama Sangeet Sammelana. He is much in demand to play flute in live orchestras for classical dance performances of Bharatanatyam, Kathak, and Odissi, and for fusion dance ballets. On the rhythm pads, we have Pradyumna Saurabha. Pradyumna Saurabha ventured into the field of percussion music at the tender age of 6. Born into a family of successful musicians, rhythm comes to him naturally. He earnestly learned playing the tabla under the tutelage of the great tabla maestro, Karnataka Kalashri Ravindra Yavagan. He has provided percussion instrument accompaniment to eminent musicians and dancers. His enchanting performance has been presented in a number of music albums. He performs regularly on television programs and music festivals across India, the USA, the UAE, Qatar, Singapore, Kenya, and several other countries. A tabla artist for more than 20 years, Pradyumna today is one of the most accomplished and sought-after musicians in India. We also have Nisha Talanki accompanying on the Nattapangam. Nisha Talanki is a senior performer and assistant teacher at the Aarti School of Dance. Nisha performed her Bharatanatyam Arangetram in 2008 and was the 124th graduate of the Arti School. Following her Arangetram, Nisha assisted in teaching dance classes in Phoenix, Chandler, Gilbert, Tucson, and Las Vegas. She has performed as a solo artist at various dance festivals in Phoenix and Tucson, Los Angeles, and San Jose. She has also performed as a solo artist at the Vasundharotsava held in Mysore and at the International Dance Festival held by the World Dance Alliance in Bangalore. Nisha has performed in multiple Arti School productions. She is a graduate of the University of Arizona, earning a Bachelor of Science degree in Physiology and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Spanish Translation and Interpretation. She is currently pursuing a career in nursing and is working at the Emergency Department of St. Joseph's Hospital and Medical Center. I now present to you our artist who will perform a mesmerizing and musical interlude. centerpiece of this performance. Varnam is the most enthralling, interesting, and challenging item in a Bharatanatyam recital. It contains Nitya and Abhinaya, or expressions. There is a perfect synchronization of bhavam, ragam, and talam, thus giving the dancer abundant scope for displaying her rhythmic talents along with rich and variegated Abhinaya. The first jati, or the first set of syllabic verses of Varnam, is significantly longer than the rest. This is called the Trikala jati and features choreography in 3 different speeds, speaking to a dancer's proficiency in transitioning the rhythm of the dance. Today for the Varnam, Nitya will portray the role of Shiva. Shiva is among the most important deities of Hinduism and is part of the Trimurti. The Trimurti also consists of Brahma and Vishnu. Shiva is regarded as the supreme, the destroyer of evil. Let's watch as Nitya depicts Lord Nataraja, the lord of the dance, with a damaru in his hand, wrapped by snakes which depict the past, present, and the future, with the holy river Ganga flowing from his hair and the Lord's celestial body smeared with ashes. Nataraja symbolizes the connection between religion and the arts, and it represents Shiva as the lord of dance. Nataraja's cosmic dance, or Tandavam, incorporates contrasting elements, a fearless celebration of the joys of dance while being surrounded by fire, untouched by forces of ignorance and evil, signifying a spirituality that transcends all duality. Let's welcome Nitya, who will now show us a glimpse of the Lord Shiva's dance in the song Nacha Natavara in Ragam Haveri, set to Adi Talam. amazing performance. Can we get another round of applause for Nitya? At this time, please welcome some of Nitya's friends and teachers on stage to say a few words.
Hello, I'm Isabella. So I've supposedly known Nitya since 6th grade, but to be honest, I don't really remember her. But we really became friends and we got close during the 8th grade. So we became quick friends over like books and music. That's how we kind of got to know each other. She has been someone I can depend on, someone I can confide in during tough times. I honestly don't know what I would do without her. Nitya, I'm so grateful for you and to have you in my life. I'm amazed by everything you've done, both in and out of school. You motivate me to be a better person, to pursue my goals and dreams. Seeing you perform on stage today made my heart swell with pride and respect. You are a wonderful student, leader, friend, and dancer. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
My name is Kenya, and I have known Nitya since the 8th grade. Our friendship began over K-pop. Before class was about to begin, I heard someone singing an EXO song. And because of that, I couldn't help but join in, and we have been close friends ever since. Over the years, I found Nitya to be so compassionate, supportive, and determined. She makes anyone smile, whether with her excitement or her kind words, and I always know she will be there for me and her family and our close friends. So Nitya, I feel honored to be your friend.
Hi, my name is Aaliyah, and today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite things in the world, and that is Nitya. She's beautiful, and in every single way possible. She's strong. And she's a huge nerd for like history and especially Harry Potter. And she's a really hard worker, otherwise we wouldn't all be here tonight. And I'm so proud of her tonight, and I hope that she's proud of herself too.
Hello, I'm Cole. I've known Nitya since we both went to Basis Tucson North in 5th grade. It wasn't until 9th grade that we had classes together. We quickly became friends and sat near each other in every single class. We helped each other with homework and joked around all the time. It has been 2 years since we became good friends. I'm so glad for this friendship. Nitya is a wonderful person. She is always in good spirits and is always nice to everyone around her. She is also very caring to everyone I know and will always support any of her friends. She is also a very hard-working individual in and out of school. When we have any projects to do, she always gives her best. In school, she is eager to learn new material. She is also an active member in our community by organizing and participating in community service events. Nitya has set up multiple community service events over the past few years, such as helping with the community gardens and in the book drive at her school. She is also participating in new events to further her curiosity and to help those in need. She is also an amazing artist. Her drawings are so amazing, I wish I could draw as well as she could. I'm so grateful to have met Nitya. She makes me laugh and we always get along. I'm so glad to have Nitya as my friend. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Kendall, or Dr. Kendall as all my Basis students know me. I first met Nitya when she was in my 7th grade world history class. And that year was my first year as a teacher at Basis, and I had come from a university background, and there I stood in front of a bunch of 7th graders going, this is different. And I didn't really know what to expect, and needless to say, as I am still a proud, happy teacher at Basis, I was impressed. So impressed by all the students, but in particular Nitya. She really stood out, and when I was asked to say a few words about her, and I started pondering what I was going to say, a few characteristics immediately came to my head, and that was hard work, determination, and enthusiasm. And enthusiasm not just for learning, but also for helping others, and that's, I think, what really impresses me. In 7th grade, Nitya, was a great world history student. 8th grade, I had the great pleasure of teaching her again, and she made the decision to take the AP World History exam. Now, this exam is normally taken by 10th graders, but at BASIS, because we're BASIS, 8th graders have the option to take the exam. And so she was, she was from the very get-go all in on taking, not just taking the exam, but doing well. And needless to say, she certainly did. Once she graduated from 8th grade, she became, since then, so this is her 3rd year, as one of my key tutors for my 8th grade world history class, both for the class and for my AP workshop. And again, this is where I have become so, more and more impressed with Nitya. And again, it's her enthusiasm, not just for learning, because she's so enthusiastic about so many different subjects, and she always seems to want to know more. But she also wants to pass that knowledge on to others and to help others also do well. And to me, that's what makes her so special. And I have been so happy and proud to be part of her academic career at BASIS, and I am very honored to be here tonight and to speak on her behalf. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Shroff. I also teach at BASIS Tucson North. United States is a land of immigrants, and historically, through generations, the one channel that has been there, the challenge for each of the immigrants has been, do I embrace my roots or do I assimilate with what is before me in society? And I think that this evening's performance by Nitya is a testament that you can do both. And her passion and perseverance sort of to progress and promote gender rights and women's equality, sort of a suffragette in her own right, shows that she can find the perfect balance between both of the worlds. And that to me is something that's really fabulous, because it's really important, I think, for individuals like Nitya, the future generations, to really recognize that and identify their past so they know who they are today, so they can recognize where they will be going tomorrow. So excellent work, Nitya, and you have all of BTN behind you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Naina Bhamdipati, and I am a student of the Aarti School of Dance. I have known Nitya for around 14 years, and it has been such a pleasure to watch Nitya transition from a 7-year-old just beginning to learn dance to an adept, dexterous, and graceful performer. Over the past decade and a half, I've had the pleasure of growing up with Nitya, and she has never once failed to inspire me. Nitya is one of the most intelligent, determined, and talented people I know. She excels both athletically and academically, as you can see through her alluring performance tonight. Nitya and I have spent the better half of the past decade acting out dramas that we made up in our heads, having week-long Hindi movie marathons where we watched 5 to 6 movies a night, but of course convinced our parents we were sleeping after just one, making banana bread at her house. Speaking of, now seems like a good time to apologize to Arangetram and Prasad uncle for trashing their kitchen with ingredients every time I came over. But aside from all of that, the thing that I admire most about Nitya is her work ethic. She is consistently looking for ways to improve, whether it may be leading a club or doing her Arangetram practice, and all the while keeps a smile on her face. She knows what she wants and puts the most amount of effort possible to ensure that she is successful. Nitya, if you're listening, I would like to say, thank you for gracing the stage tonight and captivating us all with your immaculate performance. We're so proud of you. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Sonia Mathur. Before me and Nitya ever knew that the other existed, our moms knew each other. At the time, we both went to the same music school, and while we were waiting for our lessons, our moms introduced us to each other. After that, I started dancing with the Arty School of Dance 5 years ago, and I started attending Basis Tucson North. We recognized each other there and became even better friends. Since then, I've come to know Nitya as a nice, funny, compassionate, and smart girl. She literally is always smiling, and she's so enthusiastic and kind, and I always love hanging out with her. I know Nitya is super hardworking, and I think she's killing it so far. Congratulations, Nitya. Love you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Isha Mathur, and I've known Nitya since I first started dance 5 years ago, and also because we both went to Basis Tucson North together. At the time I've gotten to know Nitya at Basis, I've gotten to see what a funny, sweet, and smart person she is. As you can see, Nitya is such an amazing dancer. She's so graceful and elegant. I know Nitya has put in so much time into her Arangetram, like driving up to Phoenix all the time for classes, and I still can't believe she did this all during the school year. Not only is she a hard worker and dedicated to dance, but she's also a funny and kind person, and I love talking and laughing with her. Nitya, you're such an amazing friend, and good luck. You're doing great. Love you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rudrakshi Dasika, and I'm a senior at Basis Tucson North this year, and I'm also a student of Kalashi Asha Gopal along with Nitya. Nitya is such an intelligent and talented girl, which you all probably already know. I've known Nitya for such a long time now that I can't even remember how or when we met. But I do know that that day, I made a friend who is always there for me. I've cherished every single moment we've spent together, from driving to dance, to mock trial and Model UN, to just having conversations about anything and everything, even Bollywood. I've had the incredible pleasure of watching Nitya grow into the beautiful woman and dancer that she is today. Nitya, congratulations on the completion of your Arangetram, and I wish you all the success and happiness in the world because you deserve it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Meghna Gopalan, and I'm a sophomore at Basis Tucson North, as well as a student at the Arty School of Dance. So I've had the opportunity to get to know Nitya through both school and dance. I've known Nitya for around 4 years now, but we really got close during Navratri Durga around 2 years ago. Nitya is such an amazing person. I always have fun with her, whether we were working together for mock trial, spending the night in a hotel together for Model UN, or hanging out with her for an hour after school when I had to stay late for clubs. I've also gotten the chance to see her go through this Arangetram journey. Doing an Arangetram is no easy feat, and clearly Nitya has excelled at it. I'm so grateful that I've been able to see her grow into a beautiful dancer with much more confidence and skill than she had even 2 months ago. She has amazing footwork, which has only come from the dedication and practice that she's put for today's performance. So Nitya, if you can hear me, just know how proud I am of you for making it to today. Even though it hasn't always been easy, you got through it and you got through it well. You're doing amazing. I'm confident that the rest of your performance will be even better than what we have seen so far.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Meena Ravi Shankar, and I'm a junior at University High School and a student of the Arty School of Dance alongside with Nitya. I've known Nitya for what seems like forever, since I can't remember a time in which Nitya wasn't in my life. We first met each other at an Indian event several years ago, and we instantly bonded over Harry Potter. I left that party thinking that I really wanted to meet her again. Thankfully, my wishes were granted when I met her at my first dance class with the Arty School. After that, we would always have sleepovers before every dance performance where we would have long conversations, watch YouTube videos, and of course, discuss about Harry Potter, dance, and school. I've got to know Nitya very well over these past 10 or so years, and she has several admirable qualities. One thing I admire about her is her dedication to everything that she sets her mind to. Nitya is a very accomplished and also very busy girl. Between school, dance, Model UN, mock trial, and so much more, she always has something to do. Yet she never runs out of determination. She always strives to do the best she can, and we can see that in her enamoring performance today. I've had the pleasure of being able to witness her journey leading up to this day, and no matter what came her way, she never gave up. And I am so incredibly proud of her for that. Another admirable quality of Nitya is her ability to make me laugh. No matter what the situation is, whether we're crying or discussing some serious topic, she can always lighten up the mood and brighten up my day. And finally, the quality that I admire most about Nitya is that I can always trust her. I can tell her anything, knowing that she won't tell anyone or criticize what I'm saying. Through every private class this past year, I've seen her grow into a better dancer every day. Nitya, I'm so proud of you for achieving this large milestone, and I know that you will go and do great things in life. You're doing an amazing job. Keep it up.
Hi, my name is Nishita. My fondest and oldest memory of Nitya would be the time we went trick-or-treating as 4-year-olds, and Nitya dressed up as Winnie the Pooh and I as the pink Care Bear. We had boundless fun that day, even with our mothers telling us not to go crazy with the sugar. At that point, I never would have imagined that Nitya would grow up to be the beautiful dancer she is today, and that she would light up the stage with her presence. Even after I moved away to Chandler, Nitya and I remained friends. My favorite thing about Nitya is that no matter how much time passes, we always reconnect. I love hearing Nitya speak about her dancing passionately every time we meet and her showing me her new songs. When I visited a couple months ago, Nitya had shown me her Varnam that she has just gracefully performed, and I was astonished at how much she had grown as a dancer. I hope Nitya maintains the brightness and love that I see in her everyday interactions and her dance and continues to flourish as a dancer. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Mira, and I've been friends with Nitya pretty much since we were toddlers. But today I want to talk less about the past and more about the fantastic young woman that we see on stage today. You see, Nitya is, aside from being super funny and enviably stylish, one of the strongest people I know. It shows in all the pure determination she put in to create tonight's amazing performance. That's what both awes and infuriates me about dance, that it can look so effortless and graceful to the audience without them ever seeing the other side of the story, the strenuous training and long hours of concentration that it takes for the dancer to perfect her art. That hidden determination is something that Nitya brings to everything she does, which to me is just as breathtaking as her many achievements. So here's to Nitya, the girl who lives life just like she dances, with endless determination and extraordinary results. Thank you.
We all just wanted to take this moment to sing together. Congratulations, Nitya. We love you.
Thank you, girls, for all of your thanks to Nitya. In the previous dance, we saw Nitya portray the role of Shiva, the destroyer. Along with Shiva, the trinity of the cosmic world consists of Vishnu, the preserver, and Brahma, the creator. The next dance is on a kriti composed by Swami Bharati Tirtha on Lord Vishnu. The dancer brings her inner bhakti as she wants to always keep the Lord's shining lotus feet in her mind. She's praying to the one who travels on the vehicle, or Vahana, called Garuda, to remove her sins and sufferings. This is choreographed by Dr. Veena Murthy Vijay. Dr. Veena Murthy Vijay is the director of Sri Raja Rajeshwari Kalaniketan in Bengaluru, India, where she teaches dance to her students. She is also the president of the World Dance Alliance, local chapter of Bengaluru, India, and a member of the International Dance Council of UNESCO in Paris. In an illustrious career spanning over 3 decades, Dr. Veena Murthy Vijay has performed to packed houses in India and abroad, and have taken her to great heights in her chosen dance art form, Kuchipudi. She has held workshops and lecture demonstrations in various universities abroad. Dr. Veena Murthy Vijay has several titles to her credit. She has been honored with the state award Karnataka Kalashi by Karnataka Sangeet Nitya Academy for the year 2009 to 2010. She is the recipient of an honorary doctorate from the Academy of Universal Global Peace for restructuring 20 new Adavu patterns in Kuchipudi based on Karnataka Yakshagana. Nitya will now perform Garuda Gamana in Ragam Shankar Bharata in Adi Tal. demonstrates that even though there are differences in the way people lead their lives and eat food, the human spirit is ultimately just one. To show the unity in that absolute spirit here, expressing the excitement and ecstasy, accompanying Nitya in this piece is her little sister Kriti. Kriti has also been learning dance from the age of 7 from Guru Kalashi Asha Gopal and greatly enjoys dancing too. This song could not have depicted the real-life relationship between Nitya and Kriti better, the sisters who laugh, cry, and dance together. Today, we will witness the Kari sisters perform together in this masterful Kriti by Annamacharya. Please put your hands together for Tandanana and Ragam Lali and Talam Adi.
At this time, we would like to introduce the chief guest for the evening, Dr. Sanjay Shantaram. Dr. Sanjay Shantaram, a dentist by education, can be called a true artist, with him dedicating his life completely to art. A multi-talented personality, he is a dancer, choreographer, artist and a vocalist. Student of Guru Srimati Rajalakshmi and Narmada in Bharatanatyam, he is also a Kuchipudi exponent, having learned from Guru Srimati Sunanda Devi, Guru Srimati Veena Murthy Vijay and Guru Srimati Manju Bhargavi. Born to Dr. Shantaram and Srimati Swarnalata, he was initiated into dancing at the tender age of 6 and since then has more than 3,000 programs to his credit, as well as several awards and titles bestowed upon him by the various prestigious organizations such as Kannada Kalakanda, Navarasa Balaka, Natya Mayura, Astha Vidwan from the Phoenix Udupi Mutt, Samaja Seva Bhushana from the Shubharam Trust, Best Male Dancer in 2012 by Attendance, Ananya Puraskara, etc. He's performed and done exclusive workshops in the United States and has also performed and taught in the UK, Muscat, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Bali, and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. He has recently performed at Bahrain on invitation by the Bhavasa Samiti with a team of 9 dancers, as well as in Kuala Lumpur on a cultural exchange program. He's the artistic director of Shivpriya School of Dance, which imparts the nuances of Bharatanatyam to more than 200 aspiring young dancers. many of whom have already completed their Arangetrams and dance examinations under the Karnataka State of Secondary Education Board, Bangalore. As an actor, he's acted in more than 70 films as a child artist and is a male lead to more than 20 Kannada and Telugu daily soaps as a hero for popular channels. A complete artist, he aims at asserting the importance of classical dances by conducting several workshops and dance festivals, thus making the classical art forms reach each and everyone, the masses as well as the rasikas. Let's welcome Dr. Sanjay Shankaran on stage to speak a few words.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate the wonderful parents of Nitya, Mr. Prasad and Arangetram. I was honored to sit with them and watch them beam with pride as their daughter performed on stage today. Secondly, I would like to congratulate the wonderful Guru, Kalashri Srimati Asha Gopal, who has also been a wonderful support to me and my students whenever we toured the United States, and who's also put up wonderful productions with me. And then of course I would like to very happily congratulate the dancer itself, Nitya. Congratulations, Nitya. I'm sure you are getting ready for the next performance. I would just like to say a few things. First of all, this art form is 3,000 years old. The history of Bharatanatyam dates back to 3,000 years. It is still strong and going. It's getting more and more and more popular. Why? What is the mystery behind it? I fail to understand how this art becomes so beautiful with time and stands eternally. If you observe, the name of the dancer is Nitya, and Nitya means eternity. So the art form has chosen eternity, and that is what we saw today on the stage. A big round of applause to Nitya. Why the Arangetram? A lot of them wonder, a lot of parents have asked their gurus before, why should we do the Arangetram? Why can't they just come and learn dance and go? The parents fail to understand what an Arangetram can do to the dancer. It's not just about learning the art form. When the dancer does the Arangetram, just imagine what all she needs to focus on. She has to carry those costumes, the heavy jewelry, the makeup. She has to brave the lights. She has to keep her poise. She has to be confident. She cannot lose one rhythm or one beat. She has to follow the musicians so ardently without going wrong. Anything can go wrong, but that is the power of an Arangetram. It molds the dancer and the human within. That's the beauty of Arangetram, and that's the beauty of Indian classical dances. I'm very happy that Nitya chose to learn Bharatanatyam, which will beautify her further in her life and make her an even more beautiful person than she already is right now, being so kind, working for a cause through this event. I should really congratulate Nitya for supporting a cause with her Arangetram, which very few people do. Another round of applause to her for this, please. Also, Nitya is blessed to have such wonderful musicians all the way from India. Deepti on the vocals, Raghunandan on the flute, Janardhan on the mridangam, and Pradyumna on the rhythm pads. It was so rich, the music was rich, the items chosen were rich, the performance with a beautiful smile made it even more richer. I'm very happy to be a part of this evening. Thank you so much for the entire family and the Guru for choosing me to be the chief guest for the evening. Please enjoy the rest of the pieces. And like Nitya's teacher said, she stood out when she saw her. She's a dancer, and we dancers always stand out. Thank you.
Now I would like to invite Nitya's Gurukulam friends to the stage to wish her well on this special day.
I haven't known Nitya for a long time, but in the few short months that I have known her, she has been nothing but absolutely amazing. Even under the most extreme conditions, she always finds the positive in every situation and does everything with a smile on her face. She has so much heart and dedication to everything she does, and it's very evident in her dancing tonight that she's worked so hard over the past year. We are all so proud of her, and we can't wait for the dancing to come.
I first met Nitya this summer, and while I haven't known her for that long, I've gotten to see how immensely kind and caring she is. Nitya is always there for those around her and never fails to put a smile on their face. Nitya is a hard worker, and we can see that from her performance tonight. Nitya dances with such grace and charm, and her smile brightens up the entire stage. You're doing amazing, Nitya, and keep it up.
I met Nitya this year at Gurukulam. She's one of the sweetest and kindest people I've ever met. She's super funny, and I'm so happy that I'm close with her. I'm so excited to be in Tucson to watch her perform today. Her loving personality brought us all together during Gurukulam. You're doing great, Nitya. Keep it up. Thank you.
I've danced with Nitya for a long time, but I only really got to know her during Gurukul this summer. Nitya is the sweetest, most hardworking person I've ever met. She puts her full heart and 150% of her effort into all her dances, and you can see it in her every step. She deserves this day so much, and I'm so happy that she got here. Nitya, you're doing amazing, and you're great. Keep it up.
I met Nitya 4 years ago at dance camp, and since then we have become good friends. At that dance camp, we were the girls that stood in the back and gave each other confused and worried looks. But now she's dancing here on stage fearlessly. She is such a passionate and dedicated girl. Her footwork is absolutely amazing, and her smile is so beautiful. I'm so glad to have gotten to know her over these past 4 years. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work, Nitya.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shantaram, for your presence and your kind words. In the past few weeks, Dr. Shantaram has been here in Phoenix teaching the Aarti School of Dance students his dance drama Rajasimha, the Indian adaptation of The Lion King, which is going to be performed on September 30th at 4 p.m. at the Mesa Community College. And everybody's invited. This is going to be a great event. Again, thank you again, Dr. Shantaram.
The deepest and most expressive item of the Bharatanatyam recital is the padam. Padams provide the widest scope for abhinaya, the expression of sentiments, emotions, feelings, and moods, including all the shades possible. Today's padam is dedicated to Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and the arts. Saraswati demonstrates the wisdom of the Devi and embodies knowledge, arts, music, melody, language, and rhetoric, anything whose flow purifies the essence and the self of a person. The dancer depicts important features of Saraswati, including the veena, a string instrument, in order to rejoice in the serene spirit. Here is Shringapuradeshwari and Ragam Kalyani and Adi Talam. absolutely beautiful, Nitya. Can I get another round of applause for Nitya? At this time, I would like to invite Guru Kalashi Asha Gopal on stage to say a few words.
Good evening, friends, and the chief guest, Dr. Sanjay Shantaram. In the words of Mrinalini Sarabhai, the great dancer and guru, let dance be a reassertion of the harmony of man with God and an act of faith in his invincible creative spirit. Dance is not merely a spontaneous emotion or an idea translated into movement. It is a long thought out and carefully performed ritual that needs concentrated study and dedicated effort. I can now proudly say that my student, Nitya, has been an ardent learner and a hard-working girl in achieving her goal today. Congratulations, Nitya. Her parents, Aradhana and Prasad, have relentlessly worked behind her to see that these efforts have borne fruit. Today, in this Rangapravesha or Arangetram, while wishing her all the best, I'd like to say that she has that responsibility of continuing to dance and preserve our culture, which was gifted to us 5,000 years ago. With great pride, I present this plaque in recognition of her achievement in dance. Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Preeti also. She did a wonderful job. I'd like to say a few words. I would like to thank all the girls who performed their Arangetram this year. Today is being the last of the season, as well as their parents. Everyone has joined together to support each other and make sure that every girl's performance was a success. Thank you if all the parents are here for this year's. This is, like I said, this is the last Arangetram of the season. I would also thank all the moms, the super moms as I say, for helping out the community with selfless hard work. And many dads joined too, with back strengthening work. We are seeing this community feeling grow every season, and Aarti School couldn't be more prouder. I'd like to mention Andri Talanki, Usha Mohanraj, Prema Gopal, Sujia Nambia, Nirmala Jagadish, Yamini Saveshan, and of course, Sundaranand and Surya. Thank you. Last but not the least, the musicians have been the backbone, been with me for 2.5 months, very hard working and making all the Arangetrams a big success. Thanks Deepthi, Janardhan, Raghunandan and Pradima. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to invite Nitya to felicitate the artists or musicians of the evening.
Kalashi Asha Gopal.
The last performance for this evening is the Dalana. A Dalana is a rhythmic piece usually performed at the end of the concert. The movements of a Dalana are joyous and expansive. If the Alaripo is the opening of a flower, the Dalana is the showering of flowers throughout the performance space. Today, Nitya will perform a Dalana set in Ragam Vrindavani and Talam Adi. The Dalana will be followed by a Mangalam, a short concluding piece during which Nitya performs the Namaskara, where she gives thanks and invokes blessings from everyone present this evening.
Wow, that was truly amazing. I'm really proud of you. Now, Nitya and Preeti did an amazing job in spite of all the obstacles we've been facing the last 1 year. I have no words. I welcome Nitya and Preeti both to give the vote of thanks.
Before they come in, I just want to say a few words. Hey, Nitya and Preeti, you did a great job. I don't know, for some reason I have a feeling that they can do it. I have that confidence, and she really did a great job today. The hard work, dedication, and whatever she did, I think she got it by herself. And more than that, I think what she did great today is raising funds for a charity organization called The First. And she exceeded her target. She was thinking of raising $1,000, but she reached 1,700 and plus. So that's a very good achievement. I'm very happy for that, and I really want her to do charity work and do for something others too, more than the culture. Nitya, I'm very happy.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming. My sister has a few words to say first.
First of all, I'd just like to thank Ashanti for letting me dance with my sister and allowing me to be part of this Arangetram. I enjoyed every moment. Nitya did a very, very good job.
Again, hello everyone. It feels weird saying that since I've just danced 9 dances for you all. But I just want to say I'm so glad to have learned dance up to this point. I still remember my first dance class where I learned how to do the Namaskaram. And since then, dance has been such an important component in my life, and I'm so glad to be here today. First and foremost, I want to thank Asha Auntie. Asha Auntie, thank you so much. She has continuously guided me, and she has always supported me in my endeavors of dance. I'm truly blessed to have a guru like Asha Auntie. Thank you so much. Next, I would also like to thank Nisha for teaching me my dances and always supporting me even when I felt like I couldn't do it. She's really helped me throughout this entire process. And thank you to all of the musicians. They've done such a splendid job today, and they've made up half of the event. I'm so grateful that they've come all the way from India to perform with me, and they've just been so wonderful this past week. I want to thank Sanjay Garu for being my chief guest and gracing the performance. And I would also like to thank Shekhar Garu for being here as well. Thank you to Gopal Uncle for his presence. He's helped us so much throughout this thing. I want to thank the MCs, Meera Auntie and Divya. They've done such a wonderful job today. I also want to thank Nirmala Auntie. Throughout this entire process, she's always been by our side in times of need, and she's been so accommodating and has never failed to aid us in any way possible. I would also like to thank Shrishti for the videography and live stream. She's been a constant support, and I'm so glad to call her my friend. I would like to thank Meghna for lights. I want to thank Mr. Bill and Mr. DJ for the sound and lighting. Thank you to William Howard for the photography. And thank you to all the moms who's helped backstage, which includes Usha Auntie, Mira Auntie, Andrea Auntie, and Nirmala Auntie, and Sheila Auntie. They really reduced the hassle and has helped me so much. I know, sorry, there's like a lot of thank yous. I also want to thank everyone who came and helped us set up. It's amazing how much work they put into how the venue looks today. I want to thank all of my friends and family who always stood by my side and understood me. I can recall the countless times at school where they've always looked out for me, and I'm so glad that they have been so understanding when dance came in the way of our plans. I want to thank my teachers for attending today and understanding me so well. I would also like to thank St. Gregory staff, Miss Lori and Mr. Ron, for letting us host this event here. They have been so accommodating throughout this entire process. And thank you to Mr. Daniel as well. I want to thank my little sister Preeti. She's my favorite dance partner, and I can't imagine performing Dandanana with anyone else. She's always supported me, even though she has her own life going on. She's honestly the best sister anyone could ask for. I want to thank my parents. They put in so much work into the preparations and my practices. They rode me to and from Phoenix, and when I was down, they would always help me up. My mom has done so much, and she's always been a pillar of support to me. She's really given her best. I'm truly fortunate to be her daughter. I can't ask for anything else, and my dad has worked extremely hard on all the preparations, and he's always stood right by me. I'm so grateful to have them and my sister by my side. And finally, I want to thank every single one of you here. This occasion wouldn't have been possible without your support, and all of you have really made my day. Thank you so much. I'm incredibly lucky to have this wonderful. Thank you. Please join us for pictures on stage, and it will be followed by dinner, which will be catered by Amaravati Indian cuisine, which will be served at a cafeteria. Thank you so much.